What's worrying me is that I can remember that beer cellar in Portsmouth. I think I got thrown out of it in the early 70s. The reading we've just heard from Revelation to St. John the Divine, a piece of writing often attributed to the patron saint of this church. And in fact, there is a stained glass window up there by the high altar, which depicts precisely that passage, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds, and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And somehow it seemed a very appropriate reading, not just because of the variety of languages spoken, after all Henry spoke 5 fluently, or the different nationalities, but also because it is a revelation, a dream, a vision, a glimpse into what lies beyond this earthly life, standing outside, looking in. Perhaps reminiscent of the young would-be ballet dancer looking to the west during the Second World War and the Soviet occupation of his homeland. There was hope for the future, the hope of every refugee that there was a better life on offer somewhere else. In his eulogy just now, Nick touched on a few aspects and details of an extraordinary life. It is impossible to do full justice to 94 years in just a few minutes, although I think we are all very grateful that Nick didn't devote 1 minute to each year of it. But it was a life that touched so many other lives in so many different ways, from Polish escapees, in the professional area through his work as a monitor of the BBC, then in the academic world. But more important was actually his personal life, the life of a human being that touched the lives of so many others in his care for them. The life summed up, perhaps best, in the words of one obituary, a wonderful, loving family man who often extended his hand to help friends and fellow nationals in difficulties. For Linda, for Francis, Nick, Deborah, Mary and Paul, yes, he was an academic, but he was a much-loved husband and devoted father, a companion, a guide. And our hearts go out to them in their loss. And I know Linda has been touched and comforted by the love and support of so many over the last few weeks. Don't stop. Henry didn't. Keep that love and support going on. It is just as important in the days to come as it is today. There is a great paradox in that reading from Revelation when the elder is asked who this great crowd are, to which he replies, "These are they which came out of great tribulation and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb." Doubtless, Henry was one who came out of great tribulation. But any mum would tell you, after they've washed sporting gear, that blood is not the best solution in which to wash things. But that is a reference there to the great Christian belief that through the shedding of Jesus' blood on the cross, followed by the resurrection on that first Easter day, those who believe in him will share that resurrection life after they have passed through the gateway of death in this life. That is what the picture in the stained glass window depicts. While some of the figures depicted in that window are identifiable, the majority aren't. They are in one sense nameless. To another, they are named before God. And our belief is that Henry is now one of them. And I know he would be delighted that one that is identifiable in that window is St. Cecilia, who, of course, is the patron saint of music and singing. He is in good company, for the Lamb, which is in the midst of the throne, shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Let us pray.